Good morning and welcome to your Monday morning devotional from Turkey. It is getting hot out here. This is the cool time of the day, around 7:30 in the morning. Let's go into our devotionals. We'll continue with the topic of decreasing so that He may increase in our lives. This week I was thinking about the power of reduction when it comes to cooking. Master chefs know that the way to deliver the best glaze and flavor to any dish is through the power of reduction, reducing the sauce down to where the flavor is most impactful and potent and powerful. I don't know if you ever had such flavor in your mouth, but it does explode in your mouth, all the flavor, and it sends you to another world with what you're eating. I thought, well, Lord, what does this have to do with us in our Christian walk, in our Christian life? A chef being able to reduce the sauce down. Where can this be seen in your word? And the Lord brought me to Judges 7. Gideon and his 300 men. This is where God shows himself as the master deliverer, the master warrior, the master chef, if you will, in the power of reduction. So in verse 1, we read that Gideon and his 32,000 men were camped out at the spring of Herod, about ready to face the Midianites. And God spoke to Gideon and said, "The people with you are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hand, lest Israel boast for me, saying, my own hand has saved me." Remember Nebuchadnezzar last week? "Now, therefore, proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whoever is fearful and trembling, let him return home and hurry away from Gilead." Then 22,000 of the people hurried off, leaving 10,000. Now, more than 2/3 of the army left. You're thinking, wow, that's a reduction. That's a huge reduction. Right, okay, let's go. We can still do this. And yet the Lord spoke to Gideon again and said, no, you have too many people. Bring that number down. I want you to test them. Take them to the spring, and whoever drinks water from their hands, bring the water to their mouth with their hands, there to continue on. But those who plant their face in the water to drink, they're to go home. 300 men passed that test. So from 32,000 to 10,000 to 300, less than 5% of his army remained. Now, I don't know about you, but any general that I would know of, if I were in charge, I would be a bit worried. Did I really hear God right? Did I really get this right? So God, being gracious, who He is, He sent Gideon to the camp of the Midianites at night to hear them around the campfire, tell their stories and all their tales. And one particular soldier had a dream. The interpretation of the dream was that Gideon and the God of Gideon and his army were going to come and annihilate the camp. Well, that was spread through the camp, and Gideon took that information, and with his 300 men, they surrounded the camp with trumpets and a flaming torch in a pot. They surrounded, and they blew the trumpets, broke the pots to bring out the torches, and they said, "In the name of our God, the God of Gideon, we did." And you know what happened? The entire army fled. They were so spooked by that dream. The moment the 300 men declared that they were the army of Gideon, they were gone. Wow. What can we learn from this story? Well, the most powerful, most potent thing is this. God was in the midst of the 32,000. God was in the midst of the 10,000. But God could not be seen in His full power. There's too many people around to not notice God. Too much of their own strength. Not by power, not by might, but by my spirit, says the Lord. Yeah? So it is with the master chef. You can have all the flavors, and the most powerful flavors already in the sauce, but until you reduce that sauce down to where it's just that glaze or that gravy, you will not experience the power of the potency that's already in the sauce. So it is in our life. God wants us to reduce things down to the place where His power alone is displayed, that not just yourself knows, but your enemy knows, people around you know that God is God. He is in your life. He is in your circumstance. But until you bring yourself and your circumstance, the people in your circumstance, all the things that can help you overcome, bring that right down, reduce it down to that less than 5%, you will not experience the potency, power to declare that God is my deliverer. He is my healer. He is my refuge. He is my provider. Decrease that he may increase through the power of redemption. God bless. Good morning and welcome to your Monday.